EA Showcase. It is 10 o'clock in the morning and I've already killed more people than I have this week. Army of Two, and I'm joined here by the lovely, fantastic Greg. Greg is very excited, as you can see, Greg.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's great to be here, and it's really great to start the day with a demo like that, yeah.
Okay, a very, really awful segue into this is basically we talk about starting the day. Yeah. Let's talk about beginnings of Army of Two.
Sure.
How do you guys feel taking the franchise and, well, adapting it to your own wholesale destruction style?
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the things, too, about Army of One and Army of Two 40th Day, it had a huge fan base. The games were successful for EA. It had, mediocre scores at the reviews, but the fact of the matter is, like, there was a lot of people that really thought there was something great about the franchise. So one of the things that we wanted to do there was really elevate the franchise. We feel that this is a franchise that people enjoy. We feel that if it was given a great treatment, that we can really elevate the product. So the reason why the Army of Two franchise continues on is because we look at the game and we say we're really great in the cooperative gameplay space. You played a demo, you realize you really focus on cooperative gameplay, and that's what we've always been the core. That's something that we're going to maintain, but this time around we're going to try to tell a more mature story a little bit. We're going to, there's still going to be a lot of fun in there and everything like that. It's still a video game at its heart, but we felt like it was time for us to kind of elevate the storytelling and the gritty nature of the franchise.
What I say about that? I mean, going into that, do you go into like a surgery where you try and fix perhaps the problems, or do you start from scratch and try and rebuild completely?
It's a good question. No, with any game, right, you find kind of what you would call like the creamy center of what fun is, and the Army of Two franchise has always had that kind of nugget of fun. Like, there's no doubt about it that when you pick up the game and you play with you and your friend, that there's something cool there. So basically with this game, what we wanted to do was take what was good, take what we know that people enjoy, and then really kind of work out the details on how to, maybe streamline the game, to make it more elegant, to do things that just kind of keep the experience really on the screen and not having to think about too many other things besides that. So the cooperative gameplay, the cooperative moments, those are still in the game, very much a huge part of the game, but also to kind of expand the game and have the characters, Alpha and Bravo, our new characters, have them be apart sometimes and then come back together. This is something that's new that we're going to be doing with this game to kind of make those moments togetherness seem stronger because they're apart some of the times.
Talking about the characters and certainly the setup, the design for them and everything like that, you're talking about a more mature storytelling.
Yeah.
So how do you get that emotional connection with two characters to expend the majority of the game behind masks?
Yeah, good question. Again, I think you do that through a great supporting cast. So the two franchise, the characters that are in the game, Salem and Rios, who are going to be returning, they are still there. They're kind of running the TWO organization. They're there. We have like I said, like we're introducing new characters. There's always going to be kind of these storylines that are kind of interwoven within there. So that's kind of like how we need to we want to tell a better story. We realize that this is one of the things that people said, about like the frat boy humor and the air guitar and all those things. Look, we're taking that out. We're still going to have some comedic moments in the games and stuff like that, but we're hoping maybe to kind of elevate the comedy, as it were. So again, this is all about these characters because like you said, their masks will be up in plenty of scenes, where you're going to see great motion capture and performance capture footage. So while the masks are down in combat, a lot of the times out of the scenes, you'll be able to see their faces and their emotions.
Wholesale destruction. You guys can cherry pick where you want to bring this ride in the world. Yeah. How do you decide where to locate it?
Well, for this location, obviously the drug cartel situation in Mexico is very real. One of the things, again, going along how we wanted to get a little bit more serious this time as far as like kind of the locations we choose, we felt that this is something that's, relevant today. And even though this is a video game, it's entertainment. We're not making a documentary about the Mexican drug wars. But for a backdrop for a game, we feel that that's like a really good setting to utilize. So that's kind of why we chose that setting. And also, the Frostbite 2 engine that we're using is, as you mentioned, really, really phenomenal for destruction and just kind of the landscape and Mexico and the structures and the way that they can crack and fall apart. We feel like it's just a really good fit for the technology that we're using as well.
Okay, now the game's still a ways out before it's released, but where are you at the moment? What's the roadmap for you guys going forward?
Well, I mean, everybody back in Montreal and around the rest of the studios are working really, really hard right now because we're shipping in March of 2013. So, we're really kind of, it's all hands on deck right now, and we're really trying to get this game done and polished. So when it's finally said and done, it has that level of detail on all the levels. So, like you saw today, the level of destruction and all that stuff, that's not easy work. Like our VFX artists and our environmental artists and these guys meticulously go through all of those maps and say, how can we make this look just as awesome when it's destroyed as it looks when it's brand new.
You're not having a thought, maybe the last 5 hours of the game will just have a quiet, peaceful moment.
Yeah, it's a turn-based strategy for the last 5 hours. We just front-load all that stuff. No, I'm kidding, of course. No, absolutely. I mean, the game is going to build to a crescendo, obviously, right? A great game design will have its peaks and, its little moments when it comes down, but then obviously the conclusion of the game needs to be just as strong as the beginning.
I'm sure we'll be talking to you very soon again, but thank you very much indeed for spending the time with us.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.